Hi Taurus, here's a general look at your solar chart for September 2011, and this is more outgoing vibe now. It's more creative, it's more playful, it's a lighter, more sociable energy now, and there may be more opportunities for you to do something that you get a lot out of, that you really value, or being with somebody that you really value. Something that you enjoy. You're more likely to get more access to entertainment, or the sort of opportunities where you can be having a bit of a laugh, but also sharing with others and feeling, validated or valued in some way. It can also be that you feel very much the center of attention for some reason as well. And, admiring glances could be exchanged between you and somebody else. So for some of you, there's going to be more contact with young people, lovers, or with just friends, good company, really, that's what I call them. Now, until the 18th, you may be mixing and mingling in person or over the wires a lot. Could be a lot of chatting going on. It could be you on the move more as well, flitting about. Could be physically, off, out and about, but also very much connecting with people like I'm doing here, over the wires. Also a good time to be exchanging information, gathering information, just being in the flow of information exchange, very much so. And then from the 18th, you could be busier in and around the base of operations. There could be physical effort that you're putting into things there related to property, maybe DIY. There may be lots to do there, and you could be very physically at work with or because of those in a community or a neighborhood or family. It's your family or a family, other family members needing help or joining in, but also you yourself, because when families get together, well, all kinds of things can kind of go awry, I suppose you could say, emotionally, and you yourself might be feeling a little bit touchier than usual from the 18th onwards, and harking back to the past. Maybe on another level you could be just feeling nostalgic, sentimental, just as I say, emotions a little bit nearer the surface. So look out for that. Now, until the 8th, the mental focus will be on the home base, or on, you're mulling things over. You're very much in touch with your emotional self. Then from the 8th onwards, well, that's until the 25th actually, 28th and 25th, affairs of children maybe could be highlighted for you, or a love relationship, if you're involved in kind of a romantic or just a love relationship, and you could be, as I say, just enjoying that playfulness more with nearest and dearest, or people that you are with. Maybe they're new people that you're with. From the 25th, your mind will be more on the practical chores and keeping a steady weather eye on health, yours or another, because that is a long ongoing thing with you, because of the position of Saturn in your solar chart. So you could be doing any of that stuff. You could be, as I say, another's well-being, another's health that you're concerned about as well, and that just means that you are going to have to be getting your act together and organised with the mechanical details of daily life. You could be busier in and around the base of operations, as I say, to do with family, to do with comings and goings, very much sort of in the flow there of gossip and chat, but also connecting, and it's quite a sort of a fleeting feeling, and that's really between the that would be between the 18th, after the 18th. So very busy, yes, very busy right in your own backyard. And also within the community, maybe. And just to mention that because this Mars energy can kind of be a little bit like a flame lighting the touch paper, you know, for an explosion, just be mindful of those others, maybe, and how they're taking things in and around you, you know, in your little group or in a wider community around you. Yeah, it could be that somebody in the community around you is giving you a little bit of grief, or there's just some things that you've got to kind of overlook or work around, probably. But it's not likely to be anything really major. Now, every month I mention the slower moving planets, and just kind of add to or subtract from those every single month. They don't move much month to month, but so those of you who've heard this before, you can switch off now and go and listen to your rising sign or your sun sign or whatever it is. But Jupiter is in your sign for about 12 months. That's amazing. Actually, no, stay, listen to this. Yes, Jupiter is in your sign for 12 months. Boy, are you going to be learning through doing over, well, it's not 12 months now, it'll be more like 9-10 months now, but you are going to be learning so much through doing, through hands-on, you know. You are definitely in this cycle of expansion now, Taurus, and that'll be across the board. So you really are going to be broadening your scope, widening your range of options, widening your knowledge base, getting the eagle eye view sometimes. Some of you are likely to travel more, some of you are likely to go into environments which are you're not used to, you know, you've never been there before, and you're on your wits almost with it all, but you are growing wise. And of course you're not going to feel wise when you wake up in the morning with a sore head or have to stay up late at night or whatever it is, but you know, over this transit you are really gathering a wisdom to you. Now some of you, as I said, could travel, some of you could have more connection with those at a distance, a foreign culture, something, because Jupiter's not only a teacher planet and a learning through doing planet, but it's a planet to do with your ideologies and your philosophies and your spirituality, and you kind of having experiences which add to your, help build a belief system in you of some kind. And doing that over this transit, it will come about through mixing in some very unusual, strange to you situations, or with mingling with people with very different backgrounds or cultures or languages, you see, or just different views on things, different knowledge base. So at times, you know, and overall it's very much time for you to spread your wings, Taurus, over these many, many months that Jupiter is in this in your sign. It only comes around once every 12 years. You'll be feeling more adventurous and more willing to take a chance, you know, and to take a leap. Now, also Saturn is just trudging its way through Libra. It's been there for many, 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 many months, and will be there until late 2012. That just means that you've got to be more disciplined and together regarding health, fitness, exercise, on your own behalf or on the behalf of somebody else. You know, daily tasks, routines, daily routines. Looking maybe at being more aware of foodstuffs, what goes through your body, what goes through the body of somebody else. looking at what's good for you and what isn't good for you on those very practical levels. I said more about this last month, but this is very much the stitched in time saves 9 position of Saturn over its 28 and a half year cycle around all of the signs of the zodiac. It's now in that part for you, and you just got to hold a steady course. You've just got to be consistent and patient and keep plugging away at that area related to health or related to the job, or getting trained for, a better job, getting trained in something which is more interesting for you, but you've just got to keep persevering, got to keep plugging away at it, because nothing happens fast with Saturn. In fact, the tester energy of Saturn sometimes holds something away from you, just to make you work really, really hard to achieve it and to master it. So anyway, if your health or everybody else's health is out of whack, then you're going to have the chance to improve things step by little step, and definitely hold a steady course related to how you'd like your work to be, how you'd like your health to be, and further down the line you'll be glad you did. Now, for several years, Uranus is going to be working from behind the scenes, from the background, again, to do with these visions and dreams. Uranus can be a very strong ally for you there, meaning that, you should work on manifesting things. But also, in the process, squaring up to anything counterproductive in your knee-jerk responses, your emotional patterning, which is keeping you away from achieving what you want. So now you could also be connected to some kind of a group, working for a common cause, who've got things in commons. Maybe it's from behind the scenes, maybe it's in a kind of cloistered private sort of circle or something. It could also mean this position of Uranus on another level. It could also mean that you get these flashes of insight, you get these little sort of epiphanies and revelations from other dimensions, and also through dreams and through daydreams as well. And you Taurians born 22nd to the 24th of April, or with 3 degrees of Taurus rising, should feel this influence mostly this month. And Neptune is moving back to the edge, the very, very edge of your career sector until next February, which may bring some cushion for you Taurians near there with your sun or a planet. Uncertainty maybe about your rethink, or uncertainty about your role in the world, how others are seeing you, how you would prefer them to see you. Maybe they're overlooking something about you which you would prefer that they saw, or maybe you prefer that they didn't see certain things, that you would prefer to keep quiet. Or maybe just this confusion. It could be around parents as well, as a matter of fact, or others in authority or positions of power. There's this sort of feeling of sacrifice sometimes with Neptune, martyrdom sometimes with Neptune, but also wonderful healing energy, artistic energy, amazing mystical energy. And this position works very well if you are in any of those fields: art, healing, spirituality, charitable work. It works very well with that. And Taurians born in the last couple of days, or the last couple of degrees of Taurus rising, that's to say Taurians born on the 1st or on the Taurians born at the very beginning or the very end. So the 1st of the first day of the sign, or the 17th to the 20th of May, right towards the end of the sign, or with the first or last couple of degrees of Taurus rising, going to feel this influence mostly this month. And for many years, Pluto will subtly facilitate internal gear shifts. This is going on all the time, helping you to evolve your consciousness as old doors close and new ones open. could be related to higher education, higher learning, those at a distance, philosophies, spirituality, higher, did I say higher education, foreign cultures and so on. And you Taurians born the 21st to the 27th of April, or with 1 to 6 degrees of Taurus rising, will feel this influence mostly this month. And from the 23rd, there's a more practical feel around, a more useful feel of a vibration which helps you to get results and see the fruits of your labours. And that's it for September. If you know your rising sign, and in fact for some of you your moon sign as well, listen to that too, and just kind of figure out what applies to you and what doesn't. If you do that, it'll add to or subtract from what I've said here, and I'll see you the next time.